Welcome everyone. In this we are going to discuss about the basic requirement to establish a network. So the very basic requirement to establish the network is going to be this. Something known as NIC, network interface card. You need the media, you need the networking devices, and you need the protocols. Say for example, just same example. Say for example, you have the PC A and the PC B. Now, networking device such as your PCs itself can be considered as a networking device. And to connect this particular devices, you need to have two things. First, you need to have a particular port here, and you need to have a particular port here. That is basically known as interface, network interface card, NICs. And then from this port to this port you will have to connect. So basically you need to have the media. You need to have the media is all about wired media or maybe wireless media. And once you are connected to each and every computers together, now you need the set of rules or set of protocols to have the communications. That's what you need. So let's get started. So one by one we will discuss about this all. So the very first thing, what is NIC? Network interface card. It's all about, for a particular computers you might have seen, this is considered as your NIC. See, old one, right, on the CPU. So NIC basically provides the interface between devices and network. It is also known as Ethernet card or maybe LAN card. And make sure each and every NICs has the unique address, which is basically known as the MAC address. MAC address stands for Media Access Control Address, and the MAC address length is of your 48 bits of address, which is basically represented into the 12 hexadecimal number. For example, you can see this is what your MAC address, as example I am showing. So make sure this address is unique globally for each and every computer. Just like DNS, you have a global DNS where you will find the unique name. The same thing, this is also unique for each and every devices. Next, you need to remember, for this particular NIC or maybe the LAN card, you will find the different speed of it. For example, is this Ethernet, where you will be getting 10 Mbps of speed. Fast Ethernet 100 Mbps, 1000, which is gigabit Ethernet. So you will find the different speed for the NICs here. Now next comes the media. So as we discussed, to connect between two different devices, you require the media, and media is basically used to transport the data, or you can say transport the bits from one machine to another machine. Is nothing but it is going to carry your actual data in a form of bits from one machine to another machines. So the media is all about, you can have the guided media or unguided media, where guided is all about considered as the wire and unguided is considered as your wireless. Let us try and understand. In guided, you will find the different cables, such as your twisted pair cable, you will find the coaxial cable, you will find the fiber cables. So make sure coaxial is basically the TB cables nowadays what we are using. Generally, this coaxial cable was used to connect your computers, but nowadays we are not using due to speed. Speed is of 10 Mbps. So coaxial right now we are using it, but just for the TB cable and connections. Coming to the computers and all, we are using the twisted pair cables, and you have the fiber cable, which is the latest one. Make sure in twisted you do have the two different version. So it's like you have STP, which is considered as shielded twisted pair cable, UTP, unshielded twisted pair cable. Shielded in the sense you will find the better quality cable, where you will have the proper isolation covers for each and every wires. When it comes to UTP, unshielded, this is low quality cable. You will not have the proper isolation for each and every cable. So you can say STP is for sure, it is going to have the better cable, which has the better capabilities, and also the physical appearance will be good, which will perform the good performance. UTP is unshielded, where the proper isolations will not be there. It is just like a, you can say, the low cost cable in simple term. Next comes unguided, where the wireless media comes into the picture, and here you will find two things, generally your infrared or a radio frequency. So media is wireless or maybe wired. You can go ahead and use it. So mostly we are going to cover and talk about the twisted pair cable, where STP or UTP will come into the picture. Now, how these cables look like? See, just for example, just to show you how this cable looks like. So you see here, this is UTP. You can see just isolation cover is there, and then your proper wires are going to be here. It's like 4 pair wires will be there. 4 pair wires will be there. If you go for the STP, see the isolation cover here, and again isolation cover for each and every cables. See this? So the quality is very good for your STP. UTP for sure like this. Coaxial is going to be your this one. So it's all about your TV cables nowadays what we are having, where you have just a particular copper wire which is used to transmit your main data, and rest of all is look like this. Then fiber has the different kind of connectors and the cables that you will find. For example, you can have the single mode fiber, you can have the multi mode fiber. It depends upon the technology what you are using it. Coming to twisted pair cable, what we are going to discuss majorly. See, the twisted pair cable you will find in different categories. For example, is this. So you might have seen nowadays Cat 5 or Cat 6 mostly, but there are many cat. For example, categories is basically your cat. So see here, your cat 3 is going to be your 10 Mbps RJ45 connector. Cat 4 is going to be your 16 Mbps, which we generally not in use. Cat 5 what we use, that is going to be your 100 Mbps of link, which is going to be 100 Mbps of link. That is your fast Ethernet. Your Cat 6 also we use it, which is for 1000 Mbps, and that's going to be your gigabit Ethernet, and RJ45 will be the connector for this. So make sure in a companies you will find Cat 5, Cat 5e, or maybe Cat 6 cable for the transmission and for the communications here. So this is putting the end of this particular lecture. Thank you. See you in next.